right, y'all, we're back over on Countdown to Christmas. Last Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, trivia at St. Nick's, starring Tammin Sursock and Brent Daughtry, premiered. Now, let me tell you how. Hallmark didn't give two flying figs about this movie because they usually release photos that I can use on my green screen, right? And this is actually, I had to take a still, like a screenshot of a preview that they had. They did not advertise for this like they did Santa Tell Me and some of their other movies from last weekend. I had to really go and look for this and like screenshot it. So that's why you don't even see words on here. You don't. Hallmark really didn't care nothing about trivia at St. Nick's, and it showed. So I had to start and stop this movie 2 or 3 times before I could get through it. I hope y'all appreciate that I'll watch the stuff that are so painful. I'll watch it all the way through, and then I'll give you guys a review during the Christmas season. Outside of the Christmas season, if I get frustrated enough trying to start a movie and get into it, then I will probably just turn it off and ask Megan if she watched it. And I probably won't even do a review on it. So, okay, yeah, I stuttered. Okay, I need a moment. Okay, the issue I have with this movie is how are we choosing these scripts, right? What about trivia says Christmas, like an annual trivia contest? Hallmark. If you guys weren't going to properly advertise this, then obviously it shows that you didn't properly pick a good script. You weren't giving us goodies for Christmas. This was just regular. But here is the funny thing about trivia at St. Nick's. Once I got past the first 30 minutes, it was not that bad. And mainly because the supporting cast they were also pretty good. So Celeste and Max both work at some sort of university. He is, I think, an offense coordinator for the football team there, if I'm not mistaken, an offensive coordinator. And she is an astronomy professor. And, you know, she has been wanting to get all these equipments for the astronomy department, and yet the budget just never really covers it. Whereas their football program, they cover everything that football needs. For anybody that's going to a Big 10, I think it's now like the Big 12 or Big 13. If you've gone to those types of school and it's either football or basketball, generally is going to be the major sport. So you know most of the budget is going to go to that, but it'll also generate quite a lot of income. Anyway, Christmas break is coming, and it's time for the annual Christmas trivia contest held at St. Nick's Bar. Generally, they have a team of people together. Richard seems to be the person who is very good at this trivia, but this year he's headed to the continent of Asia, and he will not be able to join his fellow colleagues in this trivia contest. So now Celeste and her team, they need to find another person. Well, in comes Max. He immediately is drawn to the trivia. He knows a lot of, I guess, Christmas sports facts. I guess there are there are a lot of football games, especially college football, that could be played on Christmas Day, New Year's Day. So I guess it makes sense. So he knows a lot of sports facts, and he immediately would be a good fit for the team, but Celeste doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. She wants Richard to just like not go to Asia, but Richard is gone. No one's passing up Asia for a trivia contest. Okay, Celeste, it's not happening. So basically, the team decides that Max is good for them. He should come. They could win. And Celeste starts to decide like, hey, she's just going to study a lot and she's going to be so competitive. What about competing during the Christmas season does Hallmark like? Most of us are trying to make it through the Christmas season. If we have children, we are planning a lot for them. We don't have time to compete. It's a very draining season, even if you love it. Who's got time to compete? Well, apparently Celeste and Max have time to compete. So at first, Celeste is just studying a lot, isolating her team members, and they're not doing well in this trivia game, okay? Not doing well at all. And finally, Max gets them on board to do a lot of outside team spirit building events. They start to do stuff like scavenger hunts, baking Christmas cookies as a group. And this does, in fact, build team spirit, which shows Max's strength as an offensive coordinator. He knows how to bring a bunch of people together and get them to work in unison. And so Celeste starts to realize he is good for the team. The two of them actually start to like each other. And he even takes her out, on this wonderful, I don't know if they were calling it on a date, but a very nice date where he did something special that is really triggered from like her childhood, something that meant a lot to her. Unfortunately, he did it on one of the trivia nights, and on the way back from their date, they get a flat tire and they actually miss one of the trivia nights. Celeste is really upset, and she's just like, we should have just skipped this really nice date that you planned for me, and we should have just gone to trivia night. And she basically just told Max, like, forget about it. We're not going to be dating. The only thing that matters is this trivia contest. I'm going to say it again. What about the holiday season makes Hallmark think people want to watch people compete? I'm so confused when I see these competition scripts. Like, I think sometimes they can be well executed. This one was just kind of mediocre to me. But for something called Trivia at St. Nick's, which, by the way, Megan would not even watch this, okay? She would not even watch this. A 6 is a strong number for a movie that I had to restart like 2 or 3 times. It's a pretty strong number. I mean, in the end, it ended up being cute. Celeste and Nick ended up finding a way to actually win the trivia contest on the last day for their group. They also realize they really like each other. They're going to start dating. Celeste finds out that because football has brought in so much money for the university, that she's going to be able to get some equipment for her astronomy department that she's been dying to get. So all of that, hey, he's a jock, football serves no purpose. She finally realizes that even though something can be very different from what you value, it still ended up bringing money into the school and allowing her to finally get the tools that she needs for her department so that when her kids come back for the next semester, astronomy can be even more great than it already was. All right, Trivia St. Nick's. If you got time to watch it, if you can get through the first 30 minutes, or if you just like really quirky, annoying, her competitiveness was kind of getting on my nerves because it's Christmas. Even if I was to play a game like this around Christmas, in the spirit of Christmas, it would not matter if I won or lost. It would really be about the people I was with. And ultimately, that is what happens. We see, so for this movie, the supporting cast really added a lot. The older professor, along with her mother getting together, a married couple who finds out they're having a baby around the same time that the trivia contest is taking place. There were some gems in here, but overall still a 6 out of 10. So if you have time, you can watch it. If not, you can skip it. Shout out to Tammin and Brant. I don't think this was like the best script, but I think you guys did the best that you could do with it. So no complaints on that. All right, on to the next review because I'm always short on time. Okay, I can do it. All right, I'll see you guys at the next review.